Before I start this week, a huge thanks to fantastic artist Casey Barnes, also our co-writer Dwayne O'Brien, my longtime friend Barry Coburn, and my new friend Chuggy, and to Australian Country Radio for the #1 song, Ain't No Better Buddy Than a Beer. A link to the song is below in the description of this video. What to do with huge track counts. Next on Music Surgery. Sumner, it's over my face. Move it, you idiot. Next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. Hey, before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of future videos. Also, there are tons of great samples from my personal library below in the description of every video. They're all pay what you want. And lastly, if you want me to work on your music, hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com. The good news is we can basically record as many tracks as we want now. The bad news is we can basically record as many tracks as we want now. How do we wrangle, tame, and mix giant track counts? Watch this. All right, you guys, major track counts. It can happen with background vocals. It can happen with live strings and orchestra, and sometimes both of those together. Those seem to be the culprits to add things up. Lots of programming, whatnot. But I've been working on a song that literally has, how many tracks of background vocals? It has 219 tracks of background vocals. One of the tracks is the track. The track that I bounce to sing to. So I literally have 219 background vocals and lead vocals to deal with. Now, this is too much for my pea brain to wrangle, so I need to take this in bite-sized chunks. So what I've done is, I touched this on a little bit last week or the week before, but I've bounced just the track. All of the the instrumental, and then I go through the song and I sing each part to what I think it needs. So let me sing this part, or let me play this part and show you what I mean. Here we go.
Oh, I wonder if she looks like the picture she sent, where they Photoshop and spread crop to fool me, and then she looks like Gorbachev when she wants it.
Okay, so I've got lots of harmony parts. I'm terrible at organization when I'm doing things myself because I memorize what things are and where they are. So I know I haven't colored these. I haven't even named the tracks. I know. Call me whatever name you'd like, and you're correct. So these marked out, or these waves in white, are parts that I didn't think were needed. Like right here,
the picture she sent.
These had a bunch of harmonies.
The picture she sent.
But I wanted this to go like big harmonies to lead vocal, whatnot. So the reason I'm saying all this is because what I do here is these are considered the lead vocals in this spot. So what I'll do is I'll take these. What I'll do is I'll do internal mixes and pannings of everything in this section, what I think they should be, which I've not done yet. So let's do that.
Oh, I wonder if she looks like. Oh, I wonder if she looks like.
So I'm just going to go out these. I don't want to pan everything too hard. This needs to sound a little more like a 70s thing. So I'm not going to go too hard. Plus, I have big guitars on the outside that I don't want the vocals to eat up or the guitars to eat those up. There's my lead vocal. There's my lead vocal double. There's a triple and a quadruple of it. And now these would all be parts that would go back and forth. Left, right. So let me just do that to all of them. And then let's listen. what I'll do next is listen and see how the balance is between all the parts. I'm just panning these left, right, which I know that I want. And the reason these are panned hard in some other, because there are some other sections in the song that came before this where I wanted the panning hard that didn't have the big guitars. So the cool thing about doing this is I can get each section of the song to be extremely individually wrapped, individually custom to how I want that section to sound. Other sections I may want to sound wider, but this one I don't want so wide because the track is more dense in this section. So in mixing this way, I just don't have all my vocals on the same tracks panned the same way through the whole song. I can get some real individuality out of them. So let's listen to this.
Oh, I wonder if she looks like the picture she sent, where they Photoshop expertly cropped to fool me, and then she looks like Gorbachev when she walks in. She looks like Gorbachev when she walks in.
So I don't have to take all of these tracks and import all 219 tracks into my main session. I'm going to bounce this down. I'll bounce these lead vocals by themselves in orange, and everything else I'll bounce together, which in the end, my bounce will sound like, without the track, it will sound like this.
Oh, I wonder if she looks like...
Now, and I'm making this video after the fact because I've already actually done this. So I'm going back to show exactly what I did, and this is how it sounded.
Oh, I wonder if she looks like the picture she sent, where they Photoshop expertly cropped to fool me, and then she looks like Gorbachev when she walks in. She looks like Gorbachev when she walks in.
So these are bounces here of the same thing, but I didn't quite like the balance once I took it into the main project and put that stereo track of all those vocals against my track. I didn't like the balance, so I turned some of these up and some of them down to make the balance more appropriate for the track. Now, this is the old school way of doing things. This is how Chris Lord-Alge would handle all these tracks when he still mixed from a 48-track Sony machine. And I like this because to have my track probably has 125 tracks in it. This is 219 more. That's too much real estate. My brain can't handle that. So this is a great way to kind of get a good balance between things. And for each part of the song, you know, all of these sections where you see vocals will get their own bounce, and they're all represented down here. So, and after each bounce, I'll do a save, like bounce 1, bounce 2, bounce 3. So it's easy to go back to whatever I've bounced, the panning and the specifics. If I need the third harmony louder, the fifth harmony louder, the super high harmony louder, I can easily go back to every one of these sections, rebounce it, and then put it in my main session. So I've roughly got 219 tracks down to about, less than 20. Which helps a ton when you're dealing with incredibly dense and complicated songs like this. So this is the way they would, like that Chris Lord-Alge would do it when he'd have to do the Black Parade and a lot of these songs that just had massive amount of tracks. And it really makes a lot of sense because you get all these in bite-sized nuggets. Like I said, take it over to the main project, put it in, see how it feels. And then if it doesn't feel right, you can come right back to this project and turn whatever parts and whatever up that you need or down that you need. Rarely do I get it right the first time. which is fine. You have to be patient, but bouncing back and forth until literally you go, that's it in my main project. That balance is totally perfect. Usually the second time I get it, maybe the third. So I find this is an extremely efficient and much quicker way to mix and get your head around bite-sized chunks to do it this way than having 350 tracks of real estate and trying to figure out where I am. And this just seems to be the best way to mix tracks with a lot of tracks. Well, there you go. An old school approach to modern mixing techniques. This method has really helped me to not get overwhelmed and enables me to still micromanage huge track counts. Thanks so much for watching. Give me some comment, love, and a thumbs up below. And hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.